gonna start this all nice and normal and natural.
No Talent Beats.
Good, y'all.
Yo.
What's poppin'?
We out here.
We out here. Welcome to the Educated Brothers Podcast.
You
Educate. Say it right, bro. The Educated Brothers Podcast.
The
Damn.
1792 whiskey. This some shit I ain't never had.
Right.
Cheers to that.
I only
Yes.
had 1738.
That's it. This junk ain't no joke, yo.
Ain't this when Columbus sailed the ocean?
Yeah.
But we can't talk about 1738. He ain't dead no more.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Jersey, though.
Yeah,
Right.
Jersey all day.
That's fine. Free him. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
He in jail?
Yeah,
I think so.
That
Yeah.
shit, he
I
getting
just thought he
years,
stopped
too.
doing records.
Nah, he getting years too. He's out here wilding.
You're not home.
But we not gonna speak on his business.
No. We're not gonna do that today. That's not what we're here for.
All right, take two. Welcome to the Educated Brothers
This guy.
Podcast.
We're gonna use take one and two.
Right, exactly.
What he talking about? What's going on, world, though? It's your boy Dante. How y'all feeling out there?
All right, we come with y'all with special guests. They've been here before. We decided to bring them back because it was bunch of interruptions in that last episode.
Yo,
It was a party.
that archived episode. Yeah.
I had some people listen to it like, yo, what the fuck was that? But we brought it back. Introduce yourselves once again.
I'm going to start. My name is Aaron Early. First and foremost, find me on Instagram now, Aaron _. Spell my name right. AARON.
We gonna put that shit in bright lights.
All right. Also, shout out to y'all, but I got my own podcast. So follow We Outside After Work podcast,
We
YouTube,
outside.
Spotify, Instagram, Apple, all of that.
All the hot shit.
All of that.
All that.
Oh, and for the ladies, I do erotic poetry.
There we go.
So
He gonna put a pinky in
Aaron
your butt.
Early _poetry, and I do more than that.
Y'all notice how the octaves went a little bit lower, right? It's like, for the ladies.
What are you soliciting?
First off, Virginia wine is my OG. You feel me?
He out here
You guys.
sitting up talking about some get the tank. Yeah. My man Wally.
Hey,
Oh
yo.
yeah, I gotta follow that up. Yeah, my name's Troy. You can follow me at Moneybanks973 with the _. Yeah, that's it.
And it's
That's
the real
it.
one too.
Yeah, that's the real one.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Nothing to promote.
I ain't got nothing to promote. I'm here, B.
Well,
Nah, he promoting life, good health,
Yeah,
good
all that.
spirits, good energy.
Absolutely, all
all
day.
of these brothers,
Another one,
good
yeah,
energy.
Absolutely. Clank on that,
Sir.
fellas. Yes, sir.
We over here shot glasses and wine glasses. We real exquisite.
like we all ain't got work.
I need more.
Oh, damn.
I had the small one. Yeah, y'all all went back twice. Golly.
I mean, damn.
At any point, he's there.
Yeah, work.
But let's get it started. We were discussing relationships at the time. Like I said, none of you guys really heard us. I felt like you guys had really valid, solid, topics that you guys were speaking on, and we wanted to bring you guys back so people can hear what you guys are saying clearly, so we can properly promote you guys' opinions.
Oh, we got good mics.
Yeah.
No, these are Mike Cole.
Anybody hopping in the background talking about, so what y'all shooting up?
Right.
What y'all shooting up? Like,
Yo, pour that shit up real quick.
You got pizza.
No bullshit. It was a good birthday though.
it was.
That shit was dope.
Oh,
That
nah,
shit
I ain't
was
gonna hold
dope.
you.
Shout out to that apartment.
Shout out to that party. I ain't gonna hold you.
Before we move on, that's gotta be known.
Exactly.
But what we was talking about, because everyone has different views on how they see how relationships are supposed to go. Me on my end, in my opinion, I feel like things should be 50-50. We both could bring what we have on our own to the table and meet somewhere in the middle. I feel like that's when things go best. I know people feel otherwise than that. When I say 50-50, I'm not talking about just financially. I mean everything. Emotionally, spiritually, physically, all of the above. Because I feel like if you're able to accept what a person is bringing to you as their individual self, and you remember all the reasons why you fell for that person in the first place, you wouldn't have to worry about all the extraness that usually comes with relationships, as far as, let's talk about other bitches. Just normal shit, social media, people looking at you crazy. If y'all wanted to add to that.
Nah. Let's. What y'all think about that? Because I know Aaron is very opinionated.
Absolutely,
I know.
listen,
So
listen.
Before you go, Aaron, your opinion is so fucking funny because everybody that's mutual friends with us on Facebook, he's like, yo, Aaron be up there, wow.
He really
but is it? But I was about to say, is it really wild? No, like let him speak his mind, bro. Let him say what he got to say.
So the thing is, I don't actually disagree with nothing you just said. I just feel like you could do that in multitude. Like I feel like one person could be your end all be all, but so can the next person and the next person. Things are temporary. Things are permanent with multiple people if you want it to be. But I think it's all about that individual. I think too many of us accept societal norms, and we were told this is what tradition is supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Like, I got a wife. I'm gonna inherit her family, they finances from 1637, and now we doing that shit in 2022. Like, I personally think that's flawed. Like, we don't have the same advantages from back in the day. Like, we don't do dowries and shit. Well, some people do. Like Nigerian culture and stuff like that. They still do that, Jewish culture and stuff. But we don't do that. Yeah. So, what's the real advantages? Just to say, like, I'm in love. Like, I've been in love. Y'all been in love.
Yeah.
What happened?
Good things.
Bad things. Right. What happened?
Listen, I'm in a relationship now. Good things.
But he said you've been in it before. That means you got to bad talking now.
But my thing is, it don't stop. It don't stop. So it's always a new love. It's always the next love. It's always the last love. So I don't see the need to stop. Like, of course, you have one person that's that priority. But I'll try to I'll be trying.
Ridiculous. Only thing I think about that is I heard a quote where somebody said it's not 50-50, it's 100-100, and I believe that.
That's
like
good.
when
like
you
that.
give when you do the 50-50, people have the okay, you do your half, I do my half, and then it just comes. No, like it should be you give your all, I give my all. But the whole thing is, like he said, the societal standards, everybody wants to hold people to that. And at the end of the day, you have to come together and get what you want out of it and also meet the other person's needs at the same time. And it's hard to do. So it's really hard to do because it's a lot of people don't know how to communicate and a lot of people don't know themselves. So you can't get what you want out of a relationship if you don't even know what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's people not knowing how to communicate? I'm just throw it out there. Or you think women just don't listen properly?
It's both.
No, I think women listen real properly.
I was about to say,
Nah. See, it's like you know how women don't know how to say I'm sorry or I love you or I was wrong.
That's accountability.
Yeah, but they know how to say it.
They just choose not to.
They choose not to. Like, you can't fall for this. Oh, I'm not listening. No, they know exactly what they want. That's why a woman will take a damaged man and will take him to the ends of the earth to try to change him.
Yeah.
And then what's gonna happen? They're gonna leave. And guess what happened? That man has changed.
Yeah.
To the next bitch. And now they all mad, like, oh my God, why you do that? I gave you everything, and it's like you wasn't it. And they can't accept that. So this is the problem where we both, men and women together, we need to just accept, like, yo, timing is everything. Like, if our time is our time, then we good. But most people, it's just unfortunate. It's fucked up timing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like for me though, like even with the whole relationship aspect of it, the talking or whatever the case is, I think Aaron touched on this about like it's about a person, it's about their perspective, what they want. Because me personally, it has nothing to really do with that I can't love multiple women. It's just I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't got the time to be dealing with the same, like multiple at the same time. Bro, I could barely keep up my own damn time management trying to do this with other women. It's like for me, it's like if I could find the one that's like. I don't need perfect. Perfect doesn't exist, right?
Oh.
But perfect for me does, right? I can like overlook certain things. I have certain standards. I know she would have certain standards. The only reason why I would say like for me, it would come to like we're coming to a bond is because for me, I don't look at marriage the way that society has turned it into. It used to be, at least for me, well, if you look at it, it was always like a financial kind of thing. Like you would give your daughter up for this and then you get the land and all that stuff. And then as it, the world changed, it got even worse. People are getting together because, yo, what could you do for me? What could you do for me here?
Green card.
You know what I'm saying? Divorce and green card marriages, like all that wild shit. So me personally, I believe that love can exist, but we've, like you said, we've all been in love more than once. But then my question to y'all is, do you think you've really been in love? Because me personally, the answer is no until very recently. So like that shit feels different when it feels right is the best way I can
hold
put it.
on.
Recently?
Yeah.
This would be my question.
We ain't gonna get into that. We just talking. We just talking, brother. It's surface level stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know, you know. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, as long as we get the invite, bro. That's
Yeah,
all.
listen. We ain't gonna just talk about this shit. And I'm like, yo, Aaron and Trevor. Nah, bro, y'all gonna get the invite because I'm like, Aaron, this is what I was talking about. Aaron gonna be like, all right, bro.
This my only thing about that though, right? I feel like love means something different to everyone though.
Agreed.
That's the problem. And so if you don't know what it means to you, then how can you even have somebody fulfill that?
Big facts.
I agree with that.
So it's like
I agree with that.
That's the problem because
That takes self-awareness, though.
both, yeah. And because when I say, okay, if I tell a girl I love you, I don't know how she receives that all the time. Because what does that mean to her?
Why do it matter?
It does.
Why? If you love her, what do her meaning anything?
Well, no, because that's how people react.
So that's not real.
Who said it?
I'm gonna explain it. Let me, if you don't
Go
mind.
ahead. Go ahead.
Your emotions is tied into you, not anybody else.
Facts.
So the fact that you need her to confirm your love for you to truly be in love means you ain't in love.
That's not what I was saying.
All right, that's what it sounds like. I'm just making sure. I'm not
I'm
trying
just saying what it sounds like, you know?
No, what I'm saying is,
Definitely
okay, it's communication. When I say I love you, what am I communicating to you?
that you love her.
What does that mean?
But if
It's not about her though. It's about you. You saying you love
But
her.
okay, even if that's the case, what I don't express fully what that means to me to her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. So like, even if it is about how I feel about it, when I say this is how I feel, when I say I love you, most people stop at I love you
Because there's really no other way to quantify or like qualify other than love. Love is the word that we know to mean like the most ultimate form of feeling.
Right.
But you've had that feeling when you go, yo, bro, something feels wrong or something feels right. I just don't know exactly what it is. The fact that we have the word love, people fall back on it.
Right.
Like, because I agree with you 100%. Like, there's levels to the level of love.
That's my point.
But to Aaron's point, like, if I tell a woman I love her, I don't want her to go, I wonder what he means for his version of love. Like, when she hears it, based on my actions, I hope she can see that I mean what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And based on her actions, I would perceive that again, okay, I see how she's, again, if she cares about me, if I'm down and she's like, oh, nah, motivating me, like certain things that I look for that I don't necessarily make a qualification, but it's like, oh, nah, like you really care about me.
Right.
Like that make me feel like, okay, so if you say it, you've shown it to me.
Right.
My version of what it looks like, I'm feeling it. So you say it, cool, I feel it.
Right.
And I think that's the issue in itself, because I think too many people are trying to look for what they think love is and expecting the other person to love them the same way.
Absolutely.
That's not how that shit works.
Right.
And just be real, and I know she listens to every episode, so she'll be mad I'm bringing this up. But my current girl, we had this discussion early on in our relationship. And I always tell her, because she would get mad that I don't handle certain things the way that she handles it. I'm like, that's not how life works. Just because you react to something the way that you do doesn't mean that I don't feel the same way that you do. I just don't react that way. You can't be mad at me or think that I don't feel the way that you do because of that. You choose to yell at people. I choose to ignore it. That doesn't mean we're not mad at the same situation. It's just, it is what it is. And I think people just often tend to think like, oh, you're supposed to do what I'm doing.
Right.
And I honestly think that's why most relationships fail.
But I feel like that's all communication.
Well,
Because it's like okay, if somebody be like, well, you wouldn't do that to me. Oh, let's say cheating. There's no way you cheating on me if you love me. I can love you and cheat on you.
and to piggyback off of all of what y'all saying, I think it's all a matter
The
of
camera, I'm not touching it.
I'm just saying, it's the truth.
Let's Aaron and let Aaron say his thought.
I think it's all a.
We can take that and run with it.
That's his truth.
Disclaimer, right?
But I think
gonna
it's all
put that?
conditioned on conditions and unconditionality, right? So if I tell you that love is unconditional, like Troy is saying, if I cheat on you, that has nothing to do with my love for you. Because
Absolutely.
a condition of love is, oh, I'm upset that you cheating. Like, no. At the end of the day, if you love me, you love me. This is why so many women, and I use women not to say men don't do this, but this is why so many women will stick with a guy after cheating on her, or stick with a guy after disrespecting her, hitting her, doing all these things, because that love is truly unconditional. Now, the actions and the recourse of it is not. So, like, if I want to whoop your ass back, or if I want to cheat back, that's not unconditional, which is fine. But I think that's where we get to the negative aspects of love.
So do you think more people should be in open relationships?
I personally think more people should just be open with themselves first. But if they're gonna be in those open relationships, it's hard because you tell a girl like, yeah, you know, I really like you. I like other women. I want to sleep with other women. That shit don't fly.
Yeah.
They say that shit on the internet. They be on Twitter talking about just be honest, just be honest. Yeah, be honest for me to move off.
Yeah.
We know
Feelings get involved.
Yeah,
Right.
we know a couple who was like that, and I brought this up the last time we all
So
spoke.
Will and Jada? Nah, I'm
But when they first got together and they were doing the things they were doing, they would have conversations with us, and I was completely against it. But then I grew up to realize, like, hey, that's not my life to live, and some people know how to operate in that world perfectly. You know, for me, I think the biggest part for me why I could never be in an open relationship, and I know it sounds selfish, I'm not letting nobody else fuck my girl. I just can't do it.
That's how I feel.
So what happens if you don't let him?
And it just happens, then bye.
Wow. You don't love her?
Who?
If you love her,
I love her.
How easy is it for you to let her go?
No, I love her, but I love myself more.
If you love her, how easy is it for you to let her go?
It's a simple question.
Like-
He need a simple
Like,
answer.
no, I'm serious because we say that shit, but sorry to the women out there. Have we all cheated before? Yes, no. We gonna be honest here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
I have.
Sadly.
Have the woman taken you back?
No.
No woman has ever taken you back for cheating.
I've only done it once,
Okay.
and when it happened, it only happened because I knew that relationship was dead.
Okay.
And so,
So that
once
don't count.
it
He ain't
ended,
no real cheater. not to shed light. But no, seriously, like, because it's really it's not about the sex. So I think this is how our first conversation started when we was in the field that one day. When I was telling you how sex is transactional versus emotional. Like, women treat sex like it's just the most emotional thing. Like, love is the catalyst for all of it.
do
and
they
it's not.
now though?
Not all of them, but
Okay.
when it comes to somebody they like, yes.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna fuck you just because you that nigga, unless you that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But most women really want to be in love, so they will use their body and use sex as a catalyst for that, and that's how they get fucked over because they so busy trying to make love instead of be loved, and that's the problem. So I say, just fuck. In all honesty, like, no bullshit. Enjoy yourself.
You gotta put
Be
that with the
safe.
Nike sign.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
just
fuck.
like be safe, because at the end of the day, if I want to go to wherever I want to go, I'm not gonna put out.
Yeah, don't never. You better plead the fifth over there, brother.
If I want to go wherever I want to go and get some ass, guess what? I can get some ass, whether I'm paying $40 or paying for free. Like, you paying regardless, but
Either way, there's some kind of financial transaction that's going to take
but
place.
it's
at some
always
point.
that transaction getting shared. So it's either that or you're gonna be emotionally scarred because you got the dude that you love or the woman that you love fucking somebody else. And it is what it is at this point because sex ain't taboo no more.
Yeah, and the problem is, to Aaron's point, most people don't just go out and have conversations. Like, another real question: how many of y'all had one night stands before? Right?
No, but I be having conversations.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's one of those, like, but those were not necessarily your intentions, right? You didn't go there with that intention, right, Aaron?
maybe not with that individual.
But it just kind of sometimes organically just happens, right?
I mean, the plan though is always.
Again, the plan is the plan, but you're not going in there like, yo, as soon as we get to this table, it's over. It's more.
Actually, it is.
See, he different.
I was about to say, because what I'm saying is, like, if we having a conversation and I'm out there like, yo, son, if it happens, it happens. But, like, if we're having a good conversation and, like, that builds, for me, the sex is always better. So if that builds, even if it's just like a little bit of a spark, I'm like, okay, we can see where this goes. Now, I've had moments where it's just like, yo, y'all see that ass. And that's just what it's been. It's done. And it's like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I could probably beat it off and felt the same exact way. Like, that was just enough for me. Like, it wasn't even that deep. So when it comes to, like, the feeling and emotions, you got to talk first. Back to your point, Troy, about communication. Like, because I feel like if you develop some kind of we have some kind of common ground, something can sprout from it, whether it is an open relationship, we just talking, we just together. I got family members that they were legally married because they've been together so damn long that the government was just like, yo, y'all married, bro. But they never actually went and got married. You know, those shits happen too. So it all depends. It all depends. Again, like your preference, what you're looking for. Yeah.
Listen,
This guy over here not trying to incriminate me. Right. He was like, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing about nothing.
I had these talks. I'm an open book to a point. To a fault.
To a point.
Like, you get to that one page, it's like,
I'm an open book to a fault. You know, I sometimes I talk too much in my business. my current girlfriend, when we met and we started to, start dating each other for real, I let her know everything. That entire D was around for that. He's like,
I already know this story about the girl. Let me get something for this shit.
This story, D was around for this shit.
I know.
I after the shit happened when I said, I cheated on the ex, and knowing that relationship was dead, I had never lived a part of my life to where I was just out here. You feel me? I wasn't necessarily always in relationships, but I would say, cut it out. But from
out here, bro. I'm gonna let you cook. So go ahead, Russ. I'm gonna let you cook.
From I would say from like junior year in high school to 2016, I was always chasing somebody. It wasn't always the same person, but it was always me chasing somebody. When I broke up with that ex, that shit happened, I'm like, you know what? I'm just doing me. But that shit's not for everybody. I was living a life that wasn't for me. And I was being honest to people too, and I was doing all that shit wrong. Like the one night stands when you talking about you supposed to just beat it and leave. I'm beating it. I'm holding these bitches afterwards.
I'm the same way. So it's a lot more.
But you can't do that though when you know you don't want nothing out of it.
First off, that's the subject matter to all my material. Like I'm not trying to like mitigate the interactions that I have, but at the same time, like I enjoy that more. I don't need the sex. Like I enjoy conversations with women. That's my kind of intimacy. That's my love language. It's just the sex is a cherry on top. Yeah. So it's like I'm not gonna act like I'm not a man at the end of the day. Like I don't see that as like. But at the same time, give me something. Because in all honesty, this conversation with dudes, we don't really do this with a bunch of our brothers. We got a bunch of male friends that we can't share intimate exchanges with. So when I get a woman that's on that level and we can share, we can talk more than like you got a nice ass, you got a nice face.
That's big facts.
You get something out of that, but it don't have to be no relationship. It don't have to be all that.
It's funny because what you said, how we don't have these conversations with other men. I spent most of my time growing up around my sisters and my mother. So when I met these motherfuckers, I used to always say like what they would deem soft type shit, and they would always come at me like, "Yo, shut the fuck up!" Like, what you talking about right now? I'm like, I'm trying to be open with y'all.
We don't have.
He was like 17. You know, we still trying to be tough, bro. Wasn't nobody trying to share no feelings, man. We all ain't care about nothing in high school.
Like,
man.
always in his feelings. I'm just being real with
I always say that men don't be
that,
having that support system of being able to talk about that. You're not allowed to really open up to a group of young men. A lot of if you 23, 22, you like I love her. She for the streets. We don't even matter. You in love? She for the streets. Everybody gonna say that. Like
every man in here knows what the first conversation another man's gonna have with him. What's your favorite football team? Every single time. They don't give a fuck about your relationship. Right. They don't give a fuck about how your day went. Like
are you good?
Like, real. Like it's awkward. It's awkward when you talk to your mans and be like, "Yo, how you doing?"
Nah,
like,
that's
not on no passable small talk type shit, but like real talk. How you doing?
Yeah.
So I got a group chat with my closest friends, and every once in a while, cause I do this with my female friends, I'll send them like a motivation. Like, how's your mental? How's your finances? How's everything? I'm like, yo, I'll never do that with my male friends. Why not? So I did it one time, and am I? Are you good? Like
what you talking about, bro?
Right. But honestly, I learned from I Am Athlete. Yeah. Like, because Brandon Marshall would do that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yo, why don't we do more of that? Because we struggling with intimate relationships with women because we don't have intimate relationships with our closest friends. And now girls on internets thinking we gay because all we want to do is hang out with our boys, but we trying to connect with each other because most of these women we don't really connect with unless it's on a sexual level. So it's like I want to be around the people I actually got something in common with. We just don't know how to talk.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's big facts. Because think about it, in the community, especially in our community, when it comes to black people, when someone says things like, "Yo, son, my mental messed up. Like I'm having a rough day."
Man, get it together.
Get over it, man. You gotta suck it up, man.
Right.
Keep your head down, keep moving, man. You be
gotta
alright.
go play ball.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you be alright. But this one of those things. Like, how many times have y'all not been alright? And people tell you be alright, and you go, "Alright, yeah, I guess you good," and you just walk off and keep that shit in your head.
That's when I learned to try to be more open because in living that life that wasn't for me. A lot of other shit started spiraling out of control. So once the end of 2017 hit, and I was just going through so much, I literally got diagnosed with depression. And we all from hooded areas, you feel me? So nobody knew how to react to that shit. I looked at my mother. I'm like, I need somebody to talk to because, you know, we raised the thing like, who the fuck want a therapy? Anybody doing that shit? And I knew for a fact that I didn't want to take like medication for it because I watch people that I'm cool with take that shit. It masks it for a few hours and then they go right back to feeling even more shittier than they felt. So I didn't want to deal with that.
Side effects crazy.
Yeah,
No,
so
ridiculous.
So
Diarrhea.
I told myself
Suicide.
but I told myself like, yo, to avoid
Sorry, my bad. That shit tripped me up. I'm like, nah, fuck that.
they put the diarrhea.
You're trying to open up now.
Nah,
Look,
but for real, like I told myself that once I made the decision that I wasn't going on any medication, I was just going to be real and open about anything that I'm feeling with everybody around me. And if you can't take it, oh well. Like, it was a lot of people at that time in my life who I thought were like my close friends outside of our friend group that I really could rock with. Like, niggas I was working out with, like, on some twice a day shit. Like, at this time, like, I got a stomach now, but at this time, like, I was really in my bodybuilding. So I'm like, all right, I cut all them niggas off. Because I'm like, yo, when I told them what was going on, same shit. Get over it. You'll be all right. Ain't nothing wrong with you. I'm like, yo, this shit deeper than that.
Now, let me
bro.
ask you a question, though. Because now that you've grown through that, do you want to circle back to them people and recognize that they ain't understand?
No, I tried.
Okay.
I dead ass tried. Mind you, this is 2017.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So, we're in September. Earlier this year, I got to a point where if people were going to reach out, I'm going to answer. I'm not going to get into this whole point of like, oh, I'm ignoring you. Because obviously, if I had you in my space, that meant you provided something for me anyway. So I'm like, all right, let me try to rekindle these type of relationships. Same shit. Some people are so stubborn they choose to be stuck in their ways and not understand what people are going through. I've never been like that. Like, for example, and this is completely out of topic, when that shit with 9/11 happened, I didn't lose anybody in that. I cried for weeks. And my whole family always wondered why. I felt for those people. I had no impact on nobody in that shit.
I don't mean to ruin the moment again.
Oh my God. Oh God.
So it's crazy. And I learned the same situation. That's why I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
My father worked in the World Trade Center.
Okay.
He was locked up on September the 10th, 2011 for unpaid child support.
Damn.
Right? So I was under the impression like, yo, man, y'all should have took him, saved somebody else, right? Selfish. Until one of my teammates in college, I don't know if it was his dad or one of his friends' fathers or something passed away. He was like, you don't want to wish that on nobody because you should be wanting him here like we want him here instead of wanting somebody else gone. And it's like you don't understand somebody else's issues until it comes to fruition for you. So I'm like, damn, that really tripped me up. And then when my father passed away, it was like, you know, I could have given him a chance because I'm over here wishing that was him. Meanwhile, I could have made a better relationship with him. But I was one of those dudes stuck in my ways, didn't want to listen, didn't care, didn't give a fuck. And now you got to deal with that.
So let me ask you this, because you're a dad. Do you, when you have talks with your son, do you try to operate in the realm of letting him come into his personality on his own, or do you try to mold him to fit what you believe the world should be?
A little bit of both. But I'm also different, like the way I think. So I expose him to that. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat nothing with you. Like, I want you to get everything that I've gotten out of this life. I want you to know what my father wasn't able to teach me and what my grandfather was. Because I wouldn't be in a situation that I was in with you being born had I listened. Right? So I want to protect you from yourself because I know I needed somebody to protect me from me. But I always have transparent conversations with him because he's a young black boy, athletic, smart, in a really white neighborhood. The white girls love him. His teacher was literally trying to like proposition her daughter for him.
Hey, yo.
She was dead serious.
I believe it.
She was kind of fine too. I don't like white girls.
She trying to start a family.
Hey, look, I know that. She not gonna Pythagorean. Goddamn. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm not, but I let them know because you got to. You can't let these kids go in blind. And now I got a daughter too, so seeing the two different perspectives of how to raise seeing the two different perspectives of how to raise a boy versus a girl, right? Like, I'm over here like, yo, you never watching this R. Kelly TikTok shit. Like, fuck that. No. You shelter. You sitting in the house. You ain't going nowhere. Meanwhile, I want my son, yo, go get that girl right there. Like, you know, I still put my bad habits on him. But at the same time, I recognize it, and I try to make it more of a joke, so that way it's looked at as silly versus like I'm raising you to be some pimp, player, womanizer, misogynist. Like I don't want that from you. I want you to respect women. I want you to make your mother feel like a queen, even if I have to treat her like that. Even if I can't stand her ass, I want you to know that I will never disrespect her. Like small things like that, we have to unlearn because we disrespect women a lot, and it's not intentional. Like I don't think we try to fuck over women.
What you say? You said we as friends?
I said we as friends.
Nah, it's subtle shit like calling them bitches, just cheating. Like a lot of things that we do is just naturally disrespectful to women.
Every woman's not a bitch, but some of these bitches are bitches.
I honestly don't. That's not in my vocabulary. So
That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But some of these bitches earned that shit.
I ain't like, let me just let you know right now. I ain't say that.
What's my favorite word? Bitch!
Why they gotta say it like short?
Well, I'm a poet. My favorite word is bliss. Actually.
There we go.
That's his favorite B word. Give me some snaps on there.
Snapping ass.
Nah, but Troy, you got kids, right?
Yeah.
So are you the same way with your kids?
So me, I'm distant from my son. My son's staying in Houston, so I try to talk to him as much as I can and all that stuff. Like I had him in the military, so it's distant and stuff. But yeah, like definitely try to talk to him and tell him the exact same stuff, like what I did, and hopefully he not to go down the same route. And I just had to have that conversation with him, like, what did you do for your mother's birthday? Like, why would you not call me to get something for your mother? Like, you need to make sure you do something for your mother. Don't let this happen again. Like, stuff like that. Like, to make sure that he take the process of, learning how to treat a woman by starting with his mother. You know? Because I definitely didn't do that growing up. You know what I'm saying? So,
But it's good to have that, and it's good that y'all not absentee fathers.
Right.
Because off of everything that we spoke about, this entire conversation, I feel like it does start with that as well. And in growing up, my father wasn't there. The same feelings that you had, I've lost family members to the point where I reach out like, all right, Dante will tell you, I try to reach out to my dad and try to rekindle our relationships almost like every other year.
Umpteenth times, man. Goodness gracious.
Because literally, I'll get to a point where I'm done. Something happened. I'm like, you know what? Let me try again. Like, the last time I tried, Kobe died. And that shit fucked me. I remember sitting in my apartment like, yo, what the fuck? So I sent my dad this long-ass 2-page letter. No gas. It wasn't even a message. It was a letter. You know how when you're on the iPhone, you type the shit and then it turns into a picture? That's what I sent her. And I'm like, yo, we can either make this shit right or we can move on from it and just keep it what it is. He never responded. I was pissed because I thought he was just purposely ignoring me. Come to fucking find out, he created a new page. So he didn't see it. So he reached out towards the middle of this year. I'm thinking we good. We planning trips over the summer. I'm in a new relationship. I'm going to come introduce you to my girl. We go from there. I'm not going to hold on to no shit in the past. We let it go. We too old. Come to find out, this motherfucker was trying to rekindle his relationship with me because he owed back child support and was trying to get my mother to take him off of it. Bro, I'll be 32 this year. You ain't got to put me in that. Like, and I promise you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, and I understand what you was going through, but anything that's fixed between me and him, he's going to have to fix it. Because, I didn't put myself here. You decide to bust that nut. Because before they had me, they already had the 2 kids they wanted. I know I wasn't supposed to be here. So y'all collectively decide, hey, take the rub off. Like, so don't put me in y'all shit when you can have a conversation with
And
her.
it's crazy when we the love children too. Like I was the love child. So.
I'm a Scorpio, so I know I'm a love child.
that shit tripped me
That
up.
mean I got here off some fucking Valentine's.
Like
Valentine's
niggas
Day
loved each other.
Yeah. But like, so I think, and a lot of what I went through growing up, especially in high school, I didn't understand my emotions and what I was dealing with because I learned my emotions from women. Most of my friends, even though I hang out with a group of about like 9 motherfucking niggas, most of my friends are female.
I'm saying.
And to a point where everybody I date automatically assumes I'm messing with them. I'm like, it's not like that. I spent most of my time with my sisters because they closer in age than me. I spent most of my time with my sisters because they closer in age than me. So I kind of took on their reactions to when they dealt with emotions.
So let me ask you this too, because similar, I had majority women as my friends. Now, when men look at that, they was like, "Oh, you on some gay shit?"
Yeah.
Right. But see, I didn't operate with emotions and stuff like that. I was a lot more stoic. And I'm not saying that your emotions was like a sign of femininity. I'm not saying that, but do you feel like men from the outside looking in looked at you like you were soft because you hung out with girls?
People outside of my friend group? Absolutely. Until I brought my first girlfriend around, I can guarantee you a lot of people in my family thought I was gay. And it wasn't how I carried myself. I wasn't like, what they call it, straight dudes who act a little feminine, metrosexual, shit like that. I wasn't like that. I was always into sports and shit like that, but it was how I reacted to things. Most dudes, especially coming from Newark, if you not hard about everything, you soft.
Right.
If you don't want to fight somebody for looking at you wrong, you soft. I was never like that. I get over shit fast. You feel me? You can step on my shoe. You ain't do that shit on purpose. I don't be mad at you.
Nah, niggas be doing that shit.
I
hate that shit.
But my point being, my point being is like you're not gonna step on these fucking Marshall sneakers on purpose. That's what I had on growing up. You feel me? So I'm not gonna get mad at you for stepping on these Uptowns. You feel me? So
shout out to all the niggas that wore Shaqs.
My Starberries and shit was
the proteges.
No,
I got a big
never a part of that.
I got a big ass. I got a yo.
No.
Hey, we not gonna talk. Al Harrington is my fucking cousin. Don't talk about that.
Hey, shout out to Jersey. Al Harrington was Tim Thomas, two of the greatest Jersey players ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I had a
I
pair.
had no proteges.
I had a pair of Shaqs. I was playing in the fucking open field by my grandmother's house back in the day. Stepped on a glass bottle and that shit went right through the sneaker.
Absolutely not.
I ran in the house. They like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Y'all see all this blood on my foot?" Like I am bleeding. But it was like that. And as I started to get older, honestly, football turned me into a guy. You had to be hard. When that first motherfucker hit you and you almost fall, and you know they trying to knock your fucking head off, it's like, all right, that's what we doing out here. All right, we about to get live out here.
Right.
And it was funny because I'm not gonna call her ex. That shit don't count. One of the girls that I talked to in high school was one of the trainers on the football team. So everybody knew me to be nice, especially with women. I was always like, "Oh, you okay?" Shit like that. But when I stepped on that, I put my cleats on, I buckled that fucking chin strap. I was a complete different person. I was a fucking animal.
Got to.
And when she saw that, cause she played the shit out of me. She saw me play football and was literally hitting me up on MySpace like, "Yeah, what's up? How you doing? Man, you get the fuck out of here!" Like, kick on my
uniforms are changing nigga real quick.
Yeah, like, and they
Change
didn't.
that tune quick.
They didn't understand that because, like, and that's off topic, but I'll be quick with it. Football was my place to let all of that out. I didn't feel the need to let that out in person in real life because there was no need to.
So what's your outlet now? Is it going to the gym?
Bowling.
Okay.
I think
How
that's
you letting aggression out bowling?
easily, bro.
That nigga bowl at 300 on the week.
Bro, I done took. We all in the same flag football team. You're not even playing half the season because of my bowling league.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Nah, he got that whole spin shit down pat and everything, yo. He know he
I'm
doing.
okay.
I do some bowling work too. Like you ain't the only one.
Nah, I suck. I average at 88.
Yeah, we here.
All right, but real quick, because you got your outlet in bowling. Do you have an outlet for expressing your aggression and your frustrations?
Nah, not really.
So when you mad, where do it go?
I don't get mad a lot. That's the problem.
Neither. But if you get mad, everybody get mad. So when you do,
well, I mean, I was in the army, so I had issues with that. So I know how to calm down.
Okay.
So like I've been through that. I've gone to the little army therapist to talk about anger and the things you're supposed to do to shut down or take your time, breathe. Like I've been through all that, so I think I kind of do some of that, but it takes a lot to get me mad. So I don't really get mad. I keep myself away from anything. I think I don't open up enough to let somebody make me that mad.
Yeah, I done took a lot of jokes in my life, so a lot of shit don't.
Yeah,
piss you
me
off
too.
No more. Like,
That's me too.
I mean, for me, it's just I go to the gym. I do like to meditate. Like when I'm really tripping, meditating though. Going to the gym. yeah, that's my complete outlet. Like anytime I'm feeling it, it's one of those like I understand the method of no pain, no gain because I used to be that on-off gym goer, and now that I consistently go, it's like, oh, nah, I know what they mean. Like when you miss that pump, one day it's like, damn, I feel mad lazy. Like that's my outlet. Like it's a part of my dedication, my diligence and stuff like that. So I look at that as like a way to use that into my life, that kind of discipline. So yeah, I go to the gym. I like to.
I'm jealous.
I don't do bowling.
I'm trying to catch that feeling back, or that gym feeling of like, yo, we about to get this shit.
Yeah, yo, when you
Man, that shit make me sleepy. I swear to God, like I be trying to go to the gym, I be doing crunches, I be yawning, I be like, yo, this is bullshit.
What throws me off now, and I think it's LA Fitness' fault. I probably had to get a gym membership in like a smaller gym. It's always fucking packed.
Yeah, LA be wild. LA Fitness got a lot of people.
You go in there and it's like, fuck, man, I can't get the real workout that I want to get. So it kind of took my drive away from it.
You gotta go to them small markets.
Well, that's why everybody going to Signature now.
Yeah.
Should be like $30 a month.
Yeah.
I think
Shit, I'm paying $25 a month, so $5 ain't gonna kill me.
I need that January 1st month.
Yeah, there you go.
Feel me?
That promotion joint that come up for the new year.
You gotta catch the gyms when they opening. That's when they get the promotions. That's how because LA Fitness is expensive. I'm paying $25. Most people are paying damn near 70 something.
Yeah, nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't think I have an outlet either.
No?
Like,
No talent.
for the fact that I don't really get mad,
Right.
but at the same time when I do, I just internalize everything.
Yep.
Now, part of me, the old me, I was a ticking time bomb. I was the motherfucker that go crazy. I would threaten you. I threatened Sears when I worked for them. That I will blow a fucking building up if they don't pay me my. They didn't give me like 3 hours. Listen. My grandmother told me don't say that shit on the phone, but I was mad. Like I'm serious. Like I was really upset over 3 hours of paycheck. Like that shit was like $7.50 an hour. Like
minimum wage.
but
bro.
yeah, yo, in college I was on child
Damn.
support, so I wasn't fucking around. Like they was coming for me, so I'm mad. But I don't know. Somewhere down the line, I just realized like being positive is just my thing.
Gotta be.
Like it's nothing that's gonna knock me off my square. And if it do, it's not gonna knock me off to the point where I'm gonna let it like affect me. Like I'm still gonna operate. I'm still gonna work. I'm still gonna be the best person I can be. Just know I see you. Like I see you.
Mental note.
You might not agree with this. It's just me. And it's funny you brought that up because it goes back to the 1st thing we spoke about. My girl asked me, I'm the same way. I'm calm. I'll argue, but I'm not yelling until I get really mad. And I explained to her, if I get that emotional with you, it's only because I care about what you feeling and what you think about me. For people I don't care for and don't know,
You're not
they're
putting
not
that much
getting
energy.
that reaction.
And that's what Tori said.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
They're not getting that reaction
I
at
can't
all.
even give you that because I don't care.
Yeah. I know, like I legit don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Like,
I give
you
a fuck.
talking? Whatever.
Right. I can't even give
That
you that
doesn't
energy.
negatively affect me at all. Like I don't care.
So, and that's why when we have conversations like this, and I know she's gonna listen to this, like, you're calm. You only get that.
You're calm.
I don't need to be off of that shit with everybody else because there's no point. What they do with their days is not gonna affect me. What you do with your day can possibly affect mine. So, of course, there's gonna be a reaction to it.
And to piggyback everything back full circle, everything is about what other people think of other people's shit. Like how you react to your frustrations and your anger, how she reacts, how he reacts, how anybody reacts is internalized and personal. But we want everybody to be this fucking blanket statement. Like we not blanket statements. We all individuals. I can't love you. I can't react to you. I can't treat you. I can't do anything to you based on what you want me to do. It's based on what I want to do. Like, this is me. Me and my brother, we share the same chromosomes. We share the same genes, but we don't share the same experiences.
At all.
So we always gonna be different individuals, different motherfuckers. So you can't put me in a box. Like, I'm gonna give you what I'm gonna give you because that's me. And if you can't accept it, it's a door right there. Like, and you don't have to take the door. I don't need you to compromise. I don't believe in compromise because one of us gonna lose if I gotta compromise. Either you accept me for me, I accept you for you, or we don't. That's why marriages fail because we so focused on fucking compromising all the goddamn time.
I'm happy you bring it up, and this will be the last part of this conversation. So you don't believe that a relationship in itself is some type of compromise?
I believe that you have to adjust to each other.
Okay.
But not to the point where you compromising yourself. Like, it's little shit. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick little story. My uncle and my aunt, they was married for like 30 years. Dirty rooms, sleeping on floors. They go through a lot. You feel me? But they broke up because he squeezed the toothpaste at the top and she squeezed the toothpaste at the bottom.
Nah.
Straw that broke the camel's back type shit, right? That's the level
That's
of fucking
wild.
compromise,
Yeah.
bro. Like, it
That's
don't have
wild.
to be all that.
That's wild.
Like,
Just get
it's
two
not
more
wild,
toothpaste.
but it's
You ever
like,
see I Think I Love My Wife when he come in the house and wild over chicken?
that's how it be though. Because it's so much shit that you going through in this marriage, this relationship
shit
that I'm
build up.
giving away.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it's me. It's one thing if this
that
is
was a
some
cherry on top.
if this is some nondescript shit where it's like, okay, I ain't want chicken tonight and you wanted chicken tonight. Yeah, we can compromise on that. But if this is my livelihood and you trying to change me, that can't slide.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of relationships are. It's not the chicken or the toothpaste. It's the person.
It's deeper rooted than that. Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna leave it on that because that was some deep shit. The poet.
That's why he's in. That's why he do his poetry, y'all. Y'all
Make sure
check
y'all
him
spell
out.
early, EARLIE. You feel
Listen.
me? You know, spell my shit
One
right.
more
Spell it
time.
right.
One more time. Shout your shit out. Go ahead.
I now Aaron, like now Aaron a movie. You feel me? I was clever, right? Now Aaron _ that's my Instagram. Aaron Early EARLIE _ poetry. That's my poetry Instagram. And we outside after work podcast. Make sure y'all follow it. I mean, we dropping on Tuesdays. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Spreaker.
Go
What else?
listen to that.
Anchor,
All of
yeah.
All that. All that.
And then if you want to talk to me on the side,
Here we go.
Smooth. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Troy Moneybanks 973 _ Follow me. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So, on that note, we are definitely gonna be out of here. Thank y'all for showing up, showing
Make
out.
sure y'all follow us on
Absolutely.
YouTube, all the podcast platforms, my brother.
Apple Podcasts,
To my left.
Spotify, YouTube, all that.
Brother,
Good job.
all of the above.
all that.
On that note, he ain't here with us right now, but as always, no talent beat.
No
Play us
talent
out.
beat.
We'll catch y'all.